Welcome to this explainer. Today we're investigating one of the world's most heavily guarded corporate systems. It's an architecture of numbers designed to do one thing: extract maximum value from your wallet. We're diving into the secret world of airline pricing.
Picture this. You're searching for a flight, and boom, you spot the perfect fare. The screen says $99. It's a fantastic deal, so confidently you click Book Now.
You proceed to the checkout, you're entering your information, but then literally 5 minutes later, that exact same flight is suddenly $287. So what exactly just happened? Well, it's a deeply frustrating experience, but it reveals a fundamental truth about the travel industry. Airlines almost never show you the real price up front. That first number you see, it's usually just a fraction of your final cost. To understand how this works, here's our investigation roadmap. We'll look at the dynamic pricing engine, unpack the hidden fees, dive into the algorithms and revenue management, explore the psychology of scarcity, and finally, look at how to actually beat the system. All right, part 1, the dynamic pricing engine and how fares constantly change. You see, base prices in this industry are never static. They're incredibly fluid, shifting minute by minute based on the foundational mechanic known as dynamic pricing. This is simply the practice of continuously adjusting prices based on demand, timing, and a host of other variables. The price of a seat isn't really based on fuel or distance anymore. It's based purely on what the system calculates the market will bear at that exact second. And there is a massive volume of data feeding into this engine. The system is constantly evaluating macro-level demand, timing, seat availability, upcoming holidays, and very specific booking windows. If a flight starts filling up even slightly faster than historical data predicted, the price instantly reacts. Which brings us to part 2, unpacking the hidden fees or the incredible shrinking base fare.
This is the phase of the transaction where that initial highly appealing low price is systematically inflated. That base fare is no longer the whole pie, it's just a slice. Through strategic unbundling, airlines start adding on baggage fees, seat selection, priority boarding, taxes, and service charges. As you move through the checkout process, these hidden fees just keep stacking up, drastically shrinking the base fare's actual percentage of your total final bill.
Moving to part 3, algorithms and revenue management and maximizing every seat's profit. Now, these massive fluctuations in price aren't being controlled by humans sitting at a desk somewhere. They're dictated by highly sophisticated revenue management algorithms. Take passenger A and passenger B, for example. They might be sitting right next to each other on the plane, but passenger A booked early during a period of low demand, while passenger B booked late during a high-demand surge. Because the algorithm exists solely to maximize the profit from every single seat, these two passengers end up paying completely different prices for the exact same service. Part 4, the psychology of scarcity and psychological triggers and manipulation. Because, as it turns out, pricing is really only half the battle. Airlines also wage a subtle psychological campaign to force a rapid, unquestioning decision. You've almost certainly seen this warning flash on your screen: only 2 seats left at this price. That is artificial scarcity made instantly recognizable. It's designed specifically to interrupt your critical thinking. Instead of stopping to compare prices elsewhere, you feel pressure to secure the seat right then and there before it vanishes. And this builds into a much wider, deliberate strategy of psychological manipulation. Scarcity, the fear of missing out, ticking countdown timers right there on your shopping cart. It's manufactured urgency. Ultimately, airlines want to induce a state of panic buying, ensuring that you hand over your payment information before you really even realize how much that base fare has inflated. Finally, part 5, how to beat the system and start saving money on your next flight. Now that we've mapped out the dynamic pricing engines and these psychological traps, let's look at how to actually protect your wallet. First things first, we must dismantle a very popular myth: the idea that private browsing, or incognito mode, hides your interest and stops prices from rising. The reality? Private browsing does not beat the algorithms. Airlines base their dynamic pricing on macro-level market demand and real-time seat availability across the board, not just your local browser cookies.
To actually beat the system, you've got to rely on data-driven tactics. Focus on historical best booking days. Leverage third-party price comparison tools to get a view of the entire market. Maintain flexible travel dates so you aren't forced into those high-demand bottlenecks. And utilize automated price alerts to let technology monitor the dynamic pricing engine for you.
And this brings us to the core truth of our investigation today. Airlines do not hide their prices by accident. It isn't some glitch in the system. It is a highly calculated, meticulously designed blend of revenue-maximizing algorithms and behavioral psychology.
They rely on urgency, hidden fees, and dynamic pricing to ensure that the house almost always wins. But, as we've seen, knowledge is leverage. Now that you understand exactly how the engine operates behind the screen, the only question left is, are you ready to outsmart their algorithms?